Today we're going to talk about tropospheric ducting, how you can receive television channels from hundreds of miles away during optimum weather conditions that happen in the spring and fall. That makes you be able to get digital TV channels from hundreds of miles away that you aren't normally able to scan in. I'd just like to tell you about this service that I'd like to tell you about. It's ExpressVPN. So if you want to watch, say, Netflix or a streaming service and you're in a country like Canada and it's region block, certain programs are region blocked so you can't get it, you can use ExpressVPN to watch anything that you want. And also, if you have a cell phone, like one of these, so if you use public Wi-Fi, you can use this that you can download in the Play Store or in the App Store, and it's ExpressVPN. You just log in with your account, and all you do to connect is you just tell it which area you want to connect to, whether you want to be in, say you're in Toronto, or if you want to say you're in New York City, and you just click connect.
I think there is towers that I'm picking up that are kind of in this area, over 100 miles. I'd say conservatively, say there's a tower. Now I get towers here out of Watertown, which are about wherever the towers would be, like between 80 to 40 kilometers from where I am. I'm just going to zoom in on this map here, just make sure I'm kind of in my area. So from Wolf Island, you probably could be able to get these channels no problem. So Wolf Island has the CKWS transmitter in my area, and that's really the only Canadian channel. And the funny thing is, probably more Americans are able to watch the CKWS, like in this general area that's able to get CKWS Channel 11, the Canadian channel that we're getting in this area. Sometimes I do get the, on a really clear day, I get a PBS station out of here. Now this is kind of more mountainous. So yeah, that's about 150. Under ideal conditions, I've gotten, was it Ithaca, New York? I've gotten stations out of there. So with the tropospheric ducting, what happens is, now especially under these conditions where I'm in this town here, Kingston, but I have this giant Lake Ontario across from me, so I have this clear, basically line of sight, so even from where I am, the coast is about 80 kilometers across the Great Lakes, Lake Ontario. And on a clear day, I can get Rochester, which is 100. So I'm not exactly sure where all the towers are. You can look that up even on TV Fool, which is outdated now. They haven't updated their site in a couple of years. You can look at the site of the path of the transmitting tower. Now the interesting thing is I can't get Ottawa. Ottawa, you would think would be about 150 kilometers. This thing's got it in kilometers. I don't know if there's a switch to switch it to miles. I had it in miles there a second ago. Well, there it is right there at the bottom of the screen. So Ottawa to Kingston, directly line of sight, is about 88 kilometers. Now, it's very hilly, like in this area in Kingston, or like just north of Kingston. So I can't really get, like, even the radio stations. It's like if I do a drive and I'll leave Ottawa and I'll be coming down. When I start getting close to Kingston, I lose it because it's very hilly around here. Syracuse, I guess it's, I thought it was like 150 mile, like, you know, to put the 150 mile antenna myth to rest. Now the biggest distance I ever received, I used to live in an apartment building in Kingston. It was very high up, and I got Buffalo, Channel 3 out of Buffalo, and that was that was 150 miles. That was like the furthest distance I ever got with tropospheric ducting in Kingston, and I was kind of going straight across Lake Ontario to the Buffalo area, around 150 miles. I did pick up once, and I aimed the antenna toward, I did get CBC, and I think it was out of Toronto, but I don't know if there was a repeater maybe on the east side of Toronto. So yeah, it's just a bit of a distance, just show the distance across from here. So like, there's a large part of Canada's population that lives here, like in here. So like, for example, now for sending something like from Toronto to Rochester, I do know a lot of people watch, well, Toronto, you can get Buffalo channels and Rochester channels, depending on which side of the city you're in. And I'm using my HT View 360 antenna, and I have it on maybe about 30 feet of tower. and I've had this antenna for about almost 10 years now. It's a small antenna, but when I bought it, I was living in an apartment and I wanted to have an antenna I could put on my balcony, which it was great for, but it's also served me quite well for being up on this tower. I could have gotten a much larger antenna, which I might get eventually someday, but this thing has actually been holding out several cold winters. And another thing is I like about it for Canada, where you'd find with element antennas is with the ice storms that we get here, it breaks. I've seen that it break off the elements and reflectors on the other antennas, so I kind of like the plastic coating on that antenna, so it's worked well for me. So this is the unit here that amplifies, that has the power source and amplifies it. It has about 3 wires that go out to the antenna to kind of power the preamp.
Oh yeah, and I got my HD home run configuration tool. What this thing does is, well, here I'll show you channel 7 in my area. This is like a mainstay, 100%. I can get this channel no problem. It has a standard is WWNY out in New York, and I can get like the standard definition their Fox feed. They should really add sub channels to this. And then in my area, I can get CKWS, which is channel 11, and it's coming in 100% right now. This Thor F1, this is my Thor broadcasting ATSC modulator. So I have that going on in the background too. So what this does, it sends an ATSC signal from my satellite box out to my house, or throughout my house. So here's channel 14. So this channel, I don't get it very well in the wintertime, but I do get it in the summertime. So this has Fox Cozy, My 43, and Fox 68. So these are like I think they're weaker powered stations, so I don't get them all the time. And here's a channel that comes out of Syracuse. It's SYRHD. And then they have Me TV affiliate, and then they have Balance on this 3 here, and there's Laugh here at the bottom. So when I open this up, this will probably be local news right now. So there's channel 9 news. News should be under the fairness doctrine, right? There we go. We got ABC channel 9 here. Here's their local news, and all has its sub channels, Laugh, and all that stuff. So if we keep going, this channel I don't normally get, but I do get it a lot in the summertime. Just when the warmer weather will allow it, but in the wintertime I don't get it at all. So we got Charge and TDB. So this is probably showing news now too, eh? Yeah, it's showing channel 5's news out of, I believe this is another channel of Syracuse. And there's Charge, these are, I believe they're Sinclair broadcasting, going through this. TBD, showing Phil Army. So it didn't take too much. Like between channel 18, there was 5.1, and then 19 is NBC 3. So even though it scans in as channel 3, it's actually, let's go here. There we go. It's actually on UHF channel 19. And that's the way a lot of channels are. This channel hasn't changed much. Now, actually, this one here, which has Comet, used to be like basically like a 24/7 weather and news loop. And then they just added Comet. And that's one thing I noticed was gone away over the last few years, is channels that had news loops. And then they've switched over to like having a DigiNet, like Comet TV or whatever. Comet's owned by Sinclair. I know that because I used to have Ring of Honor wrestling on that. All those shows. So this is another PBS channel. It has WCNY, Create Global, which I don't think is World, although if I pop that up, it probably will show World. No, it's Global Connect. And you can actually watch all these channels over on, was it 125 West or 87 West on KU band if you want to watch PBS channels. So that's on channel 20 here on my UHF. And I don't get that every day. That's actually in a slightly different direction than how I have this thing now. All right, here's some great news. I just found this out today. So today is April 6th of recording this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it edited and put out today, Monday, but just to show you guys as soon as I possibly can. So this has had WVNC New York is a newer station. It only started 2 years now.
And it was always coming in really weak when they first started, but I found ever since the digital repack, I'm able to get it a lot better. It had antenna TV, but it didn't come in all the time. I think I had to put my antenna on one particular spot, and it wouldn't get it in any other spot. But now I'm actually able to move my antenna and get a lot better signal on antenna. So this is great. Even last year, I couldn't get antenna TV. I kind of lost it when WVNC NBC. I lost that. This is out of Watertown, New York, and so for cottagers this year, they'll be able to get all these extra channels, and they just added Grit, Bounce, and Court TV. So that's great. I mean, I got Grit before, and I get Bounce, but those are two channels that I don't get all the time because it all depends on the weather. But this is a very reliable broadcast tower. I got it all throughout this winter, and I really liked Antenna TV. Antenna TV is one of those channels I can't get on my C-band dish or on any satellite dish. It looks really de-interlaced here. And then there's like the typical over-the-air commercials. Is this medical, a lawyer? One of those type things. Court TV. So it's not like the TNT, or is it? Yeah, the Turner-owned Court TV. I think this is like branded. They took the name Court TV, and it's not like the old TV channel Court TV. That's True TV, like one of the Turner channels. So here's Bounce with commercials. Obviously, you're going to see lots of commercials on over-the-air broadcast. I don't want to show you too much because YouTube, the YouTube software might see something that's protected under certain copyright things, and it might not fall under fairness doctrine. But this is just trying to use the fairness doctrine just to show people what's on TV, and I'm not even showing it full screen, and I'm not playing the audio. Yeah, here's this channel I get all the time. It's WPBS out in Watertown, New York. It has the HD PBS. It has a Create channel. It has World and Kids. It used to have First Nations Experience, but then I think it switched between. It has World here, and it has PBS Kids here. So because of that, I don't really focus on having a satellite dish pointed over on the PBS satellites because I can get them with an antenna now. But before I wasn't able to get this channel here, the World channel. So I basically had a Star Choice satellite dish set up to record this. So another thing I like about these channels is they do have news from around the world at this time of day. So that's like BBC and other channels. This is another mainstay. Like if you live in my town, Kingston, Ontario, ever watched a TV with an antenna, you know what WWTI was. It was like the CBS UHF channel. But a lot of people don't know that there's Laugh and Mystery here. I've actually seen other people that watch over the air TV, and they had these two scanned in, but these channels have been here for a couple of years now, but they never done a rescan. And sometimes when you do a rescan, you'll find new channels, like what I did today over on that other channel out of Watertown, New York. It has 3 new channels, which is going to come in real great. Maybe they'll even change it up. Maybe they'll change the way they do Grit. I don't know. So yeah, there's Laugh and Mystery here. Mystery is kind of, I don't know, like Court TV was. Are interchangeable. I think both of these are actually on Galaxy 19. There's a backhaul feed. Same thing with Laugh. Let's throw a Laugh on there. It's not. So here's Laugh, and I think it's that 70s show. It shows like big blocks of different shows on there, and I think this is CW. I never watched it. I was telling people about this channel here, channel 50. Yeah, it's CW. I never even watched CW. It's one of those channels I just kind of skip by and I never watch. I will watch ABC a lot. It's probably news right now because it's 5:30. Yeah. So here's channel 50. This is ABC. So like this channel is very handy. My family watch America's Funniest Home Videos every Sunday night on this channel, and it comes in strong. Like this is 100%. And here's the network rate of what this channel is. And it's an HD channel too. Oh, you know what? The reason why the network rate is so low, that I'm using the HD Home Run Extend, and what the Extend does, it will take the MPEG-2 signal and compress it to H.264, and make it easier to transfer for Wi-Fi. So the TV picture on this that you're seeing here in VLC, it will be able to stream easier using Wi-Fi. So when I'm sending video through with my Wi-Fi, sending TV channels through the Wi-Fi. Now my old HD home run, it would actually I get a lot of pixelation because it was. Oh, I don't know if there's much more. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, there's WNYF. I think this. Yeah, we'll put this one on here. Now's a good time too because there we go. So. Well, this is a Fox affiliate, not Fox News, but well, there's Fox News there, but it's like a Fox channel, like one, and it's HD. Today's Monday, so this is actually my WWE SmackDown channel to watch SmackDown in HD. Now, obviously, with this here, with the where would the codec information be? Just to show you guys the codec information on this. So yeah, this is like, even though it's a 1080p channel, it's being compressed and being like, I just have it on a low display setting for 780p because I don't even care about the high quality. I just want to have like something that for watching on my portable devices throughout my home network. And I could actually bring the video quality up. I just left it at that because I think I was just trying to keep my upload connection a little slower. And okay, so here's MeTV. So okay, it's showing. I really should set this to the interlace. It's set to automatic, but I'm getting this really ugly deinterlace blur. I think it's cleared up now. Just to show you now, if I can full screen this. So here's what it looks like on a regular TV when you this North Country MeTV affiliate. It has these bars all around it. Now I could probably, no, I can't. That was stop. Let me just try to fix that here. All right, so aspect, yeah, aspect. So just pop this full screen. So I can try to VLC. You can switch the aspect around, but I can't get rid of these bars, even on my TVs. It's such a weird aspect ratio that they transmit this out for this MeTV feed. It's always got these big bar, the black bars all around the screen, no matter how much it would go to default. Even with default on, you can see the upper and lower part of the feed. The interlace is back off. Anyway, yeah, that's awful. This is WNYF New York. Oh yeah, well, that's coming in really good. This is a low powered over-the-air TV station. I think it's Syracuse area. I'm not sure, but I get it like on these really clear days in the fall and spring when the tropospheric ducting, the TV skip is really good. So yeah, it's Ion, Cubo. Cubo is another like kids channel. These are actually all on satellite. No, it's not. Somebody told me on one of my forums that Inspector Gadget is on Cubo now, so I thought that would be cool. No, yeah, it's all these old, I don't know, like really older shows. So yeah, there's 3 shopping channels. There's obviously going to be QVC. They're all on satellite as well too. But I like playing around with all this technology. Now with the repack, I don't think there's much more channels above like 50 or whatever it is. I know someone can. I can leave that for someone to answer in the comments. So yeah, I'm just scanning up here, and there's not much left to scan here. So you might be wondering what this is here. So the HD home run is a dual tuner, so I can have like a tuner. You can watch like 2 different channels at the same time. So you can have a tuner here, and you can have a tuner here that has like another channel. So like multiple devices can be watching your HD home run. Now it's really just me that uses it. So yeah, so with the repack that happened recently, this is what's happened here. So this will come up as 43.1 my 43, and then this one will come up as 43.2 get TV. I don't know if it's going to be Chuck Norris right now. No, it's is this the same ad that was on another broadcast channel that I just went over? Yeah, and these channels like I don't think they have like a local news or anything like that. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, yes. Easter's coming. But when Easter's gone, so are the eggs. I think the eggs are around all year round. You know what? The funny thing is, it doesn't even say Easter cream eggs. It's Cadbury cream eggs. They took the Easter out. Didn't want to offend anybody, but I'm offended by it. I'm offended, but that you took Easter out. So how about that? So, okay, this is like sliders on Comet. I forgot that this is on Comet. Now, I'm glad it's the summertime. Or like, you know, the not winter time of the year in Canada, and we're able to get like, it would make, you know, too bad television waves didn't like work better in the winter time when I'm actually sitting. Well, we're all in quarantine now, so this is kind of nice to get this when you're in quarantine. When you're not, I'm not, you know, we're not quarantined, but we're all forced to stay at home. So hopefully when this video is being watched, like that, the quarantine thing, people have forgotten about that. So yeah, that's my little thing of what's going on here for my tropospheric ducting. Now I'm in Kingston, and I can get TV channels out of Syracuse. Now if I move my antenna, I could probably get Rochester as well. But and then I just find a channel that's broadcasting, and I just point my antenna until I get signal, and then I know that the antenna is pointed in the right direction because I have a directional antenna. So I'll just point it there. And I pretty much can make that trip to Rochester, which is 90 miles, but on a clear day, I can get it because I'm channel 8 out of Rochester. So I put my antenna to position 6. That's just because that's the way I set up my antenna. So this channel here, it get 4 channels. I don't get this channel all the time, and I'm getting about signal strength 62% and signal quality at 64%. So I don't normally move my antenna except when we have tropospheric ducting, TV skip type conditions. I don't know if you want to call this tropospheric ducting. Just to say it's, here I got it here. So Kingston, Ontario to Rochester, New York is about 100 almost 100 miles. And that's actually pretty clear. And actually, and what I was saying too is I kind of, there's a little bit of a hill. But I guess if I'm pointing in that direction is just a sweet spot where I can get a direct pointing toward that area. And plus going over all the hills and everything, going straight across Lake Ontario, I'm able to pick up this signal right here from Kingston, Ontario, across Lake Ontario. And it's always, of course, this is always going to work for ideal conditions. And this big lake in the way, I think, makes it more than enough ideal. It's like basically it's all that lakes, the sea level of what the Great Lakes is, and then I'm up about at least 90 meters above sea level is what my Garmin GPS indicates to me. So going to here, so this is pretty cool if I put the antenna on that position, and then if I'm going towards Syracuse, it's about 90 kilometers, and to Rochester, it's a little bit further because of that angle there. But this is basically where I aim my antenna. It's either here or here. I generally keep it here because, well, what I typically do over the summertime is I get my antenna so it's aimed and it's pointing towards Syracuse. Now, Watertown's here, but I don't really need, if I'm pointing this direction, I'm able to get Watertown to my antenna. So I just typically, unless I'm playing around just wanting to see what I can pick up, I keep my antenna pointed at one direction, and I'm able to get all the Watertown stations, which is the PBS, and I'm able to get the tower on this island here, which is called Wolf Island, which has the CKWS channel 11. I'm almost at around 10,000 subscribers. I'm around 9,200 now. I'm reaching for that 10,000. I'd love to get to that 100,000 so that the YouTube algorithm will be more friendly to me and want to help me with my channel. So thank you for watching this video. And one thing you won't need a VPN for is if you want to come to my Facebook page at www.freesatellitetv.net or at my webpage, which is www.robbiestrike.com, and you can follow me on Facebook, and also come find me on YouTube at YouTube/user/AutoOctane/videos. Check out all the videos that I have done on various topics such as free-to-air, satellite, and other technology stuff that we have on here. How to hook up a joystick for PC gaming, stuff like that, how to transfer VHS videotapes to digital, and how to get old computers into a modern age, and various things like that. How to set up your own TV channel in your local area using your own cable system. Please sit back and enjoy some of my many playlists I've created. I've created step-by-step playlists on how to set up a free-to-air, free satellite TV satellite dish. I've done a series of Linux videos and various technology reviews. So please come check out my channel, Ottawa Octane. I named it Ottawa Octane because I have an Ottawa Valley accent, and it's just when you have an Ottawa Valley accent, it really sounds cool when you say the word octane.
The ultimate experience of the internet.